wonderful day under the sun for Babar Azam and Imam-ul-Haq, who have registered significant scores at the home of cricket. Imam will remember this day, getting his first World Cup 100 and getting it at Lords. He gets on to the other honours boards, the one for one-day cricket, the one that Ajit Agarkar is on the higher level of, and 157 runs between Babar and Fakhar give Pakistan a formidable 315 for 9. For those Pakistani fans and viewers who would have liked to see 400 or 450 or 500 or whatnot, they've played the situation just like Misbah-ul-Haq wanted them to, and courtesy of those fine runs at the top and a late flourish from Imad Wasim, they've managed to go to 315 for 9. Mustafizur Rahman with some late wickets gets back-to-back 5-wicket hauls in the World Cup, so he'll have a place on a 5-wicket honours board as well. And that takes us to our mid-innings show on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday UK 2019. If you're still wondering on the math, I cannot say that Pakistan have mathematically been ruled out of contention for the semi-finals just yet, because if they can dismiss Bangladesh for 7 or less, then they can still leapfrog New Zealand. It's just about it's just about the numbers now, it's not about reality. So we will get comments on that first innings on Bangladesh's bowling from Misbah-ul-Haq and Shahriar Nafees. Before that, Dan Vettori and Ajit Agarkar. And you could see that there was an application from Pakistan today. It wasn't crazy like maybe some fans in their wildest imaginations would have hoped. And 315 looks like a good score.
It's a good score, but obviously not what they needed, unfortunately. Yeah, it was always going to be a bit difficult as to how you approach it. I think personally I would have still liked to see them go a little bit hard after maybe just starting a little bit slow, because you look at both the innings, or the good innings that Imam-ul-Haq and Babar Azam played, they're one is run a ball and one's less than run a ball. So after they were said, you would have liked to see them attack a bit. Really good innings, perfect innings otherwise in a one-day scenario. But what Pakistan needed today, perhaps a little bit slow.
Do you share that?
I think after their first 10 overs, they actually showed the right intent. Their first 10 overs set them so far back. I think, I can't remember the score, but it was slow going. I mean, Fakhar and Imam were about sort of 1 for 30 after 8 overs. So that wasn't the start that they wanted. I thought they would come out a little bit more aggressive. They blocked a lot of dot balls against MEHIDY. I just thought that would see a little bit more there. But after that, I thought Babar and Imam were exceptional. They played quality one-day innings where they didn't actually take too many risks, but they just kept picking up boundaries, kept picking up their runs, and that back 40 overs is exactly what they wanted. If they could have coupled it with sort of an 80 or 90 in the first 10, then maybe they would have a chance.
I mean, it's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah.
Whichever way you look at it, 315 is a good score.
And you're worried as well, aren't you? Like Misbah said, if you try and go too hard too soon, you end up looking silly. And then if you lose this game, that changes the whole narrative. Then it's not about net run rates.
Yeah, and you're still playing a good team.
Yeah.
You're not, just come up against the school team. So you've still got to bat properly. Bangladesh did make things difficult for them initially. So tough spot for Pakistan to be in.
And they did lose Fakhar Zaman early. He would have been their main man. He's the one who goes hard if they are going to get a big score. I mean, a really big score. He's got a double 100 in ODI cricket, albeit against Zimbabwe, but that wicket perhaps just set them back a little. But thank God for Babar Azam for Pakistan, who's just gotten better and better as this World Cup's gone on. And even though this will end Pakistan's World Cup campaign today, Babar Azam on an illustrious list for the most runs for Pakistan in a Cricket World Cup. And he's in very illustrious company. Ramiz Raja in 87, Javed Miandad in 92, Saeed Anwar in 99, and Misbah-ul-Haq in 2015. 474 runs for Babar Azam. Misbah, some recollections and throwbacks to 2015. Babar Azam joining a list that you're part of, and Imam-ul-Haq also joining a list that you're part of getting hit wicket in World Cups for Pakistan. What did you make of that first innings?
Yeah, I think both are promising players for Pakistan, and especially their consistency, the way they are batting from last year and a half. I mean, Babar Azam scored runs everywhere, and the way Imam played, especially in South Africa, and right from the start of his one-day career, the way he's getting hundreds, I think that's remarkable. But still a lot of criticism on Imam. He got run a ball 100 today, and still some of the Pakistani fans, just because of Inzamam, criticizing Imam, not Fakhar, whose job is to go there and be the aggressor. And I don't know the kind of approach he was batting today. And still, I mean, it is really harsh to criticize Babar and Imam. The way they are performing, the kind of consistency they have, especially for the Pakistan team at the top, being the most consistent players, and their averages are around, I mean, Babar is, I think, over 50 and Imam is around 50. So that's a remarkable achievement for both of them. Today, even the way they put pressure back on Bangladesh and the way they batted, I think that was wonderful to see. That pitch is not like a perfect batting pitch, the bit slow. It wasn't easy to just score runs at that time, but the way both of them just took Bangladesh bowling, they were not only hitting boundaries, they were hitting the gaps, they were taking sharp singles. And good thing about both is they got solid techniques. They're good batting technique and good defensive technique also. And others, I mean, the likes of Fakhr, who don't have defensive technique. That's why he's struggling. He don't know what sort of role he has in the team. And today, I completely don't understand what he was trying to do, because we know that they're gonna bowl off spinner up front with the neighbor. Either we would have just sent a message to change this, attack him. 5 overs in power play, somebody's only giving 8 to 9 runs, and you need to score 300 plus runs. That was strange. But full credit to Babar, the way he batted throughout the World Cup, the way he batted throughout his career, the moment he just debuted for Pakistan, and Imam also. They are wonderful, and their consistency is remarkable.
Yeah, well done to Babar Azam and Imam-ul-Haq. And yeah, questions perhaps about the intent from Fakhar Zaman in particular with the new ball, which allows MEHIDY HASAN to eventually end up with figures of 10 overs 1 for 30 on a day when no one else has gone under 5.7 or gone up to 8s in the over. But Shahriar, Nafees, if you look at that score at 315, would you take that if you were in the Bangladesh dressing room?
So far, the World Cup, the way Bangladeshi batsmen have played, it's a total that Bangladesh can chase. The strength has been the batting of Bangladesh. But I would like to point out one single thing, that is, in international cricket, one small mistake can make a big difference. Run out miss against New Zealand, a catch drop against Australia, a catch drop against India, and today a catch drop against Pakistan. That can make the difference. Small thing can make mistake. Bangladesh was not doing good things in the field today. Their fielding could have been better. Bangladeshi bowling towards the whole tournament, they have picked up wickets in the end, but still that's a score which Bangladesh can chase. Bangladesh has that ability, Bangladesh has that strength.
Okay, I like that you point that out, and that these are moments that have cost Bangladesh dearly in those respective games. So it's a talking point now, and eventually they do well. They always clean up the innings quite efficiently to Bangladesh. Let's look at Mustafizur Rahman's wicket tally now, which now takes him, after these back-to-back 5-wicket hauls this World Cup, he's at number 2. So he's leapfrogged he's quite a few people today. He was on 15, and he's leapfrogged Mark Wood, Mohammad Amir, Lockie Ferguson and Jofra Archer to just fall 4 behind Mitchell Starc. This is where his tally will come to a close. And the game against India, the game against the West Indies, this game as well, Shahriar, they get wickets at the end, which again takes us back to the conversation of how they're struggling to pick up wickets at the top and in the middle. And I mean, for all that he is, that Mustafi Mortaza lacking that penetration of the wickets, it's not like the wickets are coming from somewhere else. How do Bangladesh fix this problem of getting wickets early with the new ball and in the middle?
First of all, Bangladesh, most of the one-days, like at least 50% of the one-day matches they play at home. And at home, the ball turns, the ball skids. So Bangladesh starts with MEHIDY Miraj and Saqib Al Hasan. That's where they get wickets. Mustafiz, we all know he comes later part of the innings, bowls his cutters and the Yorkers and slowers, he get wickets. I've been impressed by Saifuddin. He's a very young guy. Still, he started the opened the ball and he has got some wickets. So we were talking about what will happen after Mashrafi. I think you have got the answer. Saifuddin and Mustafiz has been a good performer for Bangladesh. But in the pre-show we were talking about this thing that in this kind of big tournaments, the wicket will be flat. it will be high scoring matches. So Bangladesh need to fix this problem to find out bowlers who can bowl with the new ball. Definitely the fast bowlers, Bangladesh has got some spinners who can bowl with the new ball, but some fast bowlers who will take the new ball, who will swing the ball, who will bowl fast and take wickets, because in the later part in every single matches Bangladesh has got the answer. Only question that Bangladesh couldn't answer in this World Cup was first 20 overs.
Yeah, it's a fair point Shahriar makes, and takes me to you now.
Just the
Ajit.
question for that is, I mean, Mustafizur doesn't bowl with the new ball for some reason.
Yeah.
Who's been in good form, who's looked good in this World Cup.
He has taken it in some games,
at
and
times,
now he's
but
not.
Today, I think, came after the 9th over.
Yeah.
Okay, the off spinner started well, but like we keep saying, you need wickets at the top. They got one, and as soon as Mustafizur came, he created another opportunity. So it's a bit strange not to see your best bowler be given the new ball early in that innings. So we've seen just the form. Sometimes you've got to trust the guy who's in form, and he is in form. I know he's given a few runs today, but he is in good form. So why not give him the first opportunity?
It's a hard problem for Bangladesh to have. Like Shahriar says, at home the spinners are doing the job, but you need to have enough in your pace battery to make sure that you're still challenging or effective through the course of this World Cup. And it's hard. Your batsmen aren't going to get you 300 every time. Is it just a case of one bowling position? If you just look at Mustafi in isolation, it's not like he's doing a job at one end. It's been multiple games now where he goes at over 6-7 and over and doesn't get a wicket. If they fix that one spot, is that the answer, or is it something more?
I think it plays a part. I think the difficult thing they have is that all their pace bowlers are brought up on those Dhaka type wickets, so they're quite slingy bowlers. That Mustafizur even doesn't really present the seam. So when they come to these sorts of conditions, they need seam up bowlers who can swing it a little bit, but more often than not, seam it round. And I think most of the bowlers that I've seen come out of Bangladesh are that slingy sort of bowler, and they don't really they don't really prosper in these conditions. So they're going to be fine in Bangladesh. I think those sorts of bowlers are going to work out fine. It's finding that bowler that can transition into playing in New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa, that will allow them to, I suppose, make up for Mushrafi when he retires, who probably was that bowler at his best. When he was at his best, he could swing the ball and move it around.
All right, they need to look beyond Mustafi at the end of this World Cup, or at some point soon after this World Cup. But that's a conversation for another day with Shahriar Nafees. For now, he's going to be with us, so will Misbah, Dan and Ajit. We'll look ahead to the chase on the other side of the break on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day.
Cricket forever remembers a few men for their man-on-the-moon moments. But Shoaib Akhtar's feat is a tad more special for having come on the biggest stage. Akhtar became the first bowler in history to break the 100-mile barrier in a World Cup match. But let's also credit England's Nick Knight for not only spotting that missile, but also dealing with it without losing his wicket or his toes.
Good to be with us on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day UK 2019. Half-time between Pakistan and Bangladesh at Lord's. First game for Bangladesh at Lord's, which could only mean that the excitement was that much more, not just for the players, but for the spectators as well. And Mel Farrell is at Lord's. And let's see what she made of the enthusiasm as well as the ratio of Bangladesh to Pakistan fans on what is a special day for both teams.
Look, guys, what a day it's been at Lord's. You saw me with those kids this morning, those kids getting the opportunity to go and sit in that members' pavilion today. They were over the moon at just having the opportunity. They're the future fans of the game. We then hear today that Sky are going to broadcast the final, should England make it, on free-to-air television, making it available to so many more people in this country where it's been behind a paywall for so long. And then the Bangladesh fans here, for the first time at an ODI at Lord's, they've rocked the joint along with the Pakistan fans. Honestly, when you've heard those cries of Bangladesh, Pakistan, it was just incredible. it makes me so mad in so many ways, so frustrated, because Bangladesh have been brilliant throughout this tournament. Their fans have been great. The team has been exciting, and yet they're treated so shabbily by the ECB and Cricket Australia in so many ways. And I say this as you well know, as a holder of a British passport and an Australian passport. I've never seen Bangladesh play in an ODI series in either of those countries. And no surprise, the last time they had an ODI, like a bilateral series in Australia, was in 2008. It was 2010 in England. They won't be doing it until at least 2023. It's a disgrace. They deserve so much more. Their fans bring so much. I know there are considerations when it comes to the broadcast deals, but there has to be a way. They are brilliant guests. Countries have to get them there. They provide so much entertainment. Shakib Al-Hasan is the best all-rounder in the world, and too many fans are not getting to see his like. The game has to maybe just wake up to itself, like it feels like it has a bit today, with those things happening, with the kids, with the broadcast. Maybe it can wake up to itself a little bit more and open itself up to the richness and diversity of the game that is absolutely exhibited by the wonderful fans.
Yeah, passion that Mel is reflecting from the Bangladesh fans in her own voice. I'll get a very quick comment on Shahriar, on what Mel just said, Shahriar. The support for Bangladesh's fans has been brilliant in this World Cup. In England, I remember a lot of support even in Australia and certain venues like Canberra. So many Bangladeshi fans supporting the team. But in between the two World Cups, very little cricket for Bangladesh with England, with Australia. You would want that changed before the next World Cup, wouldn't you?
I couldn't agree more. You know, this has been the problem for such a long time. You know, we were talking about Bangladeshi bowling. Bangladeshi bowling has been great in Bangladesh, but how many matches, how many one-day matches Bangladesh has played in Australia, in England? You cannot learn whether you play a proper international match. Yes, you can send your players to play some club games or some A-team cricket, but international cricket is international. We all know in international matches how the wickets play. So I would like to see all the Bangladesh to play in all the countries, because when teams come to Bangladesh, we give them great hospitality. So, you know, for improvement of the game, Bangladesh needs to play more and play more and play more.
Right, let's look ahead to the chase finally. And Pakistan have a tricky little chase to defend now here, Misbah. Bangladesh very good in chases. They've beaten the West Indies, scoring 320 for fun. We're just looking at how they've gone in the chases so far, and they've managed a good account of themselves in every game. This is an important game for Pakistan. All of a sudden, the media is anyway putting a lot of pressure. But if they don't win this, then that whole conversation of getting to 11 points, net run rate versus head-to-head, all that goes out. So Pakistan would still want to win this and try and finish 5th at least. Otherwise, they go down to 6th.
Yeah, obviously, that's the most important thing at the moment. Obviously, you haven't got 500, you haven't got 600, so now one thing what we need to do is to win this game. And obviously, to win this game against such a good batting side, such a good chasing side, you need wickets. And obviously, ideal attack, Pakistan have two left-handers who can swing the ball away from the left-handers early on. If you can get the meme early, and then Shakib, number 3, that is a crucial number. You need to get a couple of early wickets to put Bangladesh under pressure, and obviously they will definitely fight to win this, and Pakistan need to be very, very good in the field and in bowling department to beat Bangladesh.
All right, Misbah, thank you very much. We're going to get your thoughts, so too Shahriar's, as well as Ajit and Dan's at the end of the game. Gentlemen, prediction, what's the gut feeling like? Bangladesh to chase this? It'll be a good chase if they do.
It'll be a very good chase if they do. I think Pakistan just tied with runs on the board at the moment for me.
Dan?
I think it's going to be a great game. Great total chase. I think Bangladesh will come hard.
I tell you what we've not seen in this World Cup so far is a tie. Just putting it out there. We'll see you at the end of it on ESPN Cricinfo Matchday UK 2019. Do enjoy the chase. One last appearance for Pakistan and Bangladesh in this World Cup. They've got their fans out in numbers. They're at the home of cricket. Let's hope they make it a game worth remembering.